here today in front of Freddie's bride, which is the cameraman right here. If you want to say hi, you can say hi.
I'll say hi later.
Okay. It's gonna be in another video. But today we're just talking about programming languages. Last video we were talking about machine learning and basically went through the process of how a person learns and how similar machine learning is. And here's Vish, the AI guru.
Hey guys, what's going on? So my best suggestions to start something else from the scratch if you guys want to step into the world and start exploring more about all these different kind of innovation things which are happening in data science, machine learning and AI. For instance, I would say do look more towards the Python, and it's more important you guys start writing code rather than developing a code. There's a lot of difference between those two. Writing is something you do it from the scratch, and Python is really, it could be personally for me it could be easy, but when you start learning there are a lot of resources where you can start learning, and we will be presenting them in the links down there.
You want to give us a few examples right now on camera?
Yeah, the best thing is start following python.org is the best thing, and that's the main thing, and there are a lot of resources in that. Just go up there and start looking in the search and start looking for the different packages.
When they go in there, what should they be looking for?
For the first thing, if you're doing the data science, right, trying to write down and solve a problem. Let's take an example of the discovering the frauds in a data set, like in the credit card data set. So for this, the most importantly, you need a package or the library which is called pandas, numpy and scikit-learn if you're doing the machine learning and stuff. So just go up there and just do search pandas, pandas, and it should pop up with its documentation. Following the documentation is my first recommendation, because you have to definitely read each and every line and follow the examples which they show it, and try to modify them, tweak a little bit and see how it's working out, and take whatever the sample data sets or whatever the sample work which you have, create a data set by using the Excel and name it CSV, the comma separated value, and that's it. And try to see how your small little models, like the linear regression models, how they're working on, and try to explore more into that. But to understand more of the Python, you really need to understand the basic foundations of the C language. And when you're coming towards developing the applications, which are most fascinating, like the AR, augmented reality and virtual reality one, I would suggest using the Unity. That's one of the resources. So if you're doing that, you need to really know C#, and sometimes it's better to know C++, and it's a vast area to experience, and it's really good. And they're trying to integrate, and I believe there is a little bit of integration which is happening with the Unity and the Python organization. So do look into that too, and it's a great area.
You want to just share a couple projects?
Sure. When you start writing the computer code, basically you learn different thought process. That's very important. You trigger your mind and you get different crazy ideas which is happening. Example, the most best idea is computing power. That's the main resource. We can talk about that. That's a different game, and we can talk about that more.
We'll be talking about that.
So, but mostly you'll be seeing your own innovative skills, how to solve a problem, in a quicker way and in an easy manner, rather than writing 100 lines. Try to write something in couple lines, 5-6 lines. There are a couple projects which I did personally. I did written
share?
Yeah, one project is creating the poetry.
Yeah.
I have written it in 22 lines of code.
So basically a computer is writing poetry for you because you've given it code to come up with poems. So these are some great projects that you can work on.
And it's great. Maybe sometime during this session we're gonna show like how the computer is writing the poetry, you know. So that's one of the thing. And another one, like we heard about the autonomous cars and self-driving cars, how they are detecting, you know, how these cameras are working and how randomly the process is happening, and behind that there is the code again.
Yes.
And I literally written maybe in 60 or 70 lines of code, which is
Awesome.
like really great.
See?
I would say, you know, and that's by using Python. All credit goes to Python. You know?
Python.
Yeah.
So that's the official suggestion that Vish has. If you have more questions, make sure you ask them in the comments below, and
Yeah.
we're gonna just create this community of AI, data science, and it's just gonna be huge, and you don't
Yes.
want to miss it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yes, guys. And we really need the great help. You know, we need an army of new thoughts.
Yes.
You know, rather than getting the army of people. You know, so the work has to be done. There is a lot of work.
All right. So let's get it.
Yeah.